Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Now, you know how we beat that wolf last time? Well, we didn't have to do that. It wasn't a task we had to do. I was really annoyed by the fact we got shit money for it. I think this is the right save data. Yeah. We only got 500 gold, which is pathetic. It's pathetic. Why 500 gold for a task that arguably was more difficult than... Well, it was more difficult, but my characters survived it pretty well. I hope you guys are enjoying 2018 so far. I'm not quite sure when this will be going up, but it probably will go up. I may do one of these videos a week. I'm not quite sure at this point. It's still 2017. I'm still recording. I want to get as much as I can done as possible. So let's go back into the Evergreen Forest. But I'm glad I done it. Ah! I'll go up a level without even realising it at one point. That was a waste of time going this way. And in that short amount of time, I go from blue to yellow. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, I didn't know there was two after that. Another one after that. I've done that one and then I found on the third one. I'll get it eventually. I will get it eventually. This is fucking difficult. Ah, fucking battles. No, it's not hard. It's really hard. Keep the party the same. So, Rose is gone and Meru is gone. Okay. Don't know what I'm doing here. Don't know what to do, but Yeah, let's stay one night, and then we can actually heal ourselves. Oh, move out my way! Can't move! Get out of the way, you stupid bit! Thank you! Oh, here we go, another cutscene.
The divine tree is the tree of life. All life comes from this divine tree. In the beginning, nothingness filled the world. Then the Creator saw, descended from the sky. And his followers created the world. In the end, Soa sowed a seed on the earth. The seed soon grew to be a great tree. The great tree bore 108 fruits, and various life forms arose from the ripened fruits. Thus, 108 forms of life were created to fill the world with life. The divine tree completed its role, but the story says it is still protected by the signet of Soa.
Wow. I just don't know if this music is really the right type of music to have for this town. It just feels too dramatic. Let's have a look, shall we? I'm not sure what to do. I'm not going to read all of this, so just read it as it goes, because it's going on its own. Oh, well that sounds like a... I've just run past a riddle, it's like. So north of that, and the west of the continent, the untouched land, the death frontier. It sounds like we're going to have to split up. Right, let's see exactly what I need to do here. Are people with wings of light who employ magical power. They had their glory 11,000 years ago and had enormous magical power. They could float. They could float colossal cities. City floats. Yes, it is unimaginable in the current world. They became extinct after the war with humans who were seeking their liberation. But Lennis, who was a wingy, was alive. Besides, us dragoons are supposed to be the only legend. A legend does not necessarily tell the truth. Take a look at this picture. Humans and dragons. No, dragoons and dragons. And what is this? Vantage manipulated by winglies. That's really weird. I'm not. This game is really in depth. It really is in depth. This book talks about the dragoons. The dragoons from legend. Yes, it is. The heroes of the Dragoon campaign. According to this, we were the first new dragoons to come along since that time. Maybe. Dragoons are to be called when history requires them. When history requires them? Is that now? Lavitz was a dragoon, and Greenman, Dole, and Linus too. Were their deaths necessary? This is what only history can tell. I, of course, don't know. However, it all started from the Dragoon spirit that Lloyd bought. If Lloyd is part of history, that is necessary. Then our journey seems to be dragged along by his fate. In spite of the fact that they were humans, the 7 heroes who led the Dragon campaign to victory 11,000 years ago crossed the sky and cast spells after they fulfilled their roles. They vanish with the Dragoon spirits as if it was some unavoidable fate. This legend seems to be telling us that after this journey we will vanish. It's a marvellous place. It seems all the wisdom that humans can possibly know is here. I'm reading a book on politics now. This is very... Can you do politics after we take care of Lloyd? Why, yes indeed. Now let me read the portion that talks about dragons. According to this, dragons are the second most powerful species of all 107 creatures given life by the divine tree. That makes sense. Their attacks and life power overwhelm others. However, the creator Sora created a balance by reducing the dragon's intelligence. Therefore, they were to be controlled by humans with their wisdom. During the Dragon campaign 11,000 years ago, they had fierce battles against I can't read that word. Eliminated by Winglies, they couldn't avoid being annihilated. But they weren't annihilated, like the book says. True, and again, they are ruled by the Dragoons. I'll look for more. It led to the Dragon campaign. It led to the Dragon campaign. What do you need? Are you acting superior again? Of course, I am superior. I prefer being hit with girls over feeling superior. I don't care about those things. It seems that you are interested in the Dragon campaign. Wingley's divine moon objects, dragons and dragoons. These all had something to do with the Dragon campaign. Then Lloyd had something to do with the Dragon campaign. The Dragon campaign is my speciality. Maybe I can be of assistance. Tell me. We only know fragments. I see. This is the legend of the Dragon campaign that I know.
There were 7 Dragoon warriors in the legend of the Dragon campaign. Dragoons, reputed to be the incarnation of dragons. With dragons at their side, the Dragoons fought boldly. However, in the age when the legend was reality, the Winglies dominated all, even the gods. The gods answered to dictator Melbu Frama's prayers and granted him ultimate power. But the power was abused. The earth of Saint Imperial Gloriano was scorched by the gods' fire and became ashen. The anger and sadness of the people was fuel for the Dragoons' cause. Then at last they freed the gods. Without the gods' power, the Winglies perished, and our age, the human age, began. Thereafter, the gods floated in the sky. For 11,000 years, they have been looking over the world as the moon that never sets.
I kind of didn't listen to all of that, but it sounded like what happened 11,000 years ago became the moon that's never set, so it could constantly watch over the world, which is really good storytelling. I mean, this story, Final Fantasy stories, they're just like, here's a bad guy, here are the good guys stop the bad guy wants to take over the world, blah 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 blah. Like with Final Fantasy 7, Sephiroth is the bad guy, he wants to rule the world, he wants to destroy the world so he can be the only survivor, and he can basically whatever. So it's good guys versus bad guys. This one, yeah, you're trying to stop a bad guy, but it's a really deep story that involves past and future and present and what is in the world now. That is the story. Did you find out something related to Lloyd? Oh well, that's unfortunate. You're already here, so you might as well check the reference room upstairs. Are there more books? No, it contains history materials of Mili Sisu. For other people, it may seem to be mere trash. However, for our country, they are historic objects. This is something left by the bat monster that brought an inferno down this country. The bat monster? It has already been 18 years. It's surprising a young man like you knows about it. I was born in Neet. God, are you a survivor from the village? This is stained glass from the church in Neet. Do you remember seeing this? Yes. Faintly, I do remember. It was really a monster. These are the only things that survived from the Black Flame. Do you know anything about what happened to Neet back then? Any survivors, or...? I know only one. Who is that? The second sacred sister of Mili Sisu, Sister Lunana. It seems you don't know her. However, I can tell you a little about the Bat Monster. There is a legend about the Bat Monster and the Moon Child. Would you like to hear it? Yes, please. It's ironic, but the people who visit the church in Neet pray for their own happiness by looking at this stained glass which shows the legend of the Bat Monster and the Moon Child.
Why did the gods create him? The Black Monster. He appears in various legends as a demon who rebels against and devours the gods. An evil plague that rejects peace in the world. The god that is the moon that never sets. The moon that never sets glows red every 108 years. It is a sign that a herald is sent to Earth. The herald is known to us as the Moonchild. The legend says the Moonchild revives the gods on Earth and purifies the world. The Black Monster abhors, hates, and despises it, and kills the Moonchild. This sad karma is endless. This god stays forever in the sky, and the world is in never-ending chaos.
Alright guys, I'm going to call that a video. I'm going to continue it off in a little bit. Got to make a phone call. I'll see you next time guys. Ta-ta for now.